Hey y'all, can you believe it? I'm back after 6 months sabbatical from making YouTube videos. I am back here today, gonna pick back up with my alphabet recipes because I'm already on the letter U. So I'll talk to you about that in a second, but I wanted to explain why I've been away for 6 months. I think the last video I did was in November. Of course, then we had the holidays coming up. I had several holiday parties at my house. I was just too swamped to do a video. And then in January, wouldn't you know it, Bob and I both came down with COVID. So, that threw us for a loop for several weeks there. And then the real estate season, the prime season for selling the houses is in the early spring. So we've been very, very busy. Praise the Lord. He's really blessed our business. And it's just great to know that now I can come back and spend a little more time with you. It slowed down just a smidgen for me, not for Bob. He's out showing houses today. But anyhow, I've got all my listings are under contract right now, so I feel like I can take a minute and do some recipes with you. So I wanted to tell you what I've come up with for you. It's been a challenge. I could have done something like unbelievable or, just any kind of play with the U that wasn't really a actual product. So I did find one vegetable that begins with U, and it's the sweet potato, the purple sweet potato, and it's called ube. It's spelled U-B-E, but it's pronounced ube. And so we're going to start with U today. U today. So I'll get all my ingredients together and show you what all goes into this. I'm making an Ube Pound Cake. There's a Ube cheesecake recipe, there's a Ube sponge cake recipe, but the pound cakes seem to be the most simple and doesn't make as big of a cake because it's more like a loaf pound cake. So that's more like what Bob and I should eat. We don't need to be eating a whole big cake. So this way we can eat some of this and share some of it with our friends. Anyhow, this is one of the ingredients. It's Ube spread. And I ordered that on Amazon. And this is Ube flavoring. So that'll go mixed in with some vanilla flavoring to go in the cake. So let me get all my ingredients together and I'll get back with you in just a moment. All right, y'all, I'm back. I've got all my ingredients together here. I've already cracked 2 eggs and put them in this bowl. And now I'm going to add my other wet ingredients. So let me turn you down so you can see what I'm doing here. And I am just going to mix this by hand, so I think I can do that. Anyhow, I'm starting with the 2 eggs, and then I'm adding in a cup of sugar. And I'm going to add a half a cup of the ube. And y'all, you have to knead it first in the package. It's told you to knead it. So I kneaded it, and then I poured it out into my measuring cup. But I'm telling you what, this stuff, I tasted it. Let me get a little piece here on my finger so I can show you what. That is so good. Yum. Okay. Now I'm going to add this in. And then I'm going to add in half a cup of sour cream. Just like the same measuring cup. There's a half cup of sour cream. And now a half a cup of vegetable oil. Some other recipes I saw call for butter, but I'm fine with this. We'll try this. I think it should be good. So I'm just gonna mix this all up really good. And now I'm going to, you can see it's starting to turn a little bit purple. I think when I add the extract, it will turn really purple. So, supposed to put in much of this. I think teaspoon. Excuse me. Ooh, look at that. That is dark purple. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see it. The counter is so dark, and then this is dark, but that's the purple. All right. I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla in here too, just because I always love vanilla. Now I'm going to mix in the dry ingredients, which is 2 cups of flour and 2 teaspoons of baking powder and a ½ teaspoon salt, which I've already all sifted all together here. So I'm just gonna pour this in. Continue to stir it. I'm not gonna stir it with this. I'm gonna stir it with a spoon. I don't want to over stir it. That's one reason I'm not doing it in the mixer, because they say that if you stir it too much, it makes the gluten get too tough, and then your cake is just a tough cake. So we're going to try it this way and see if this works. I'm all for trying new things, even though I do love my mixer. But this is mixing in real well, real easy. It's such a pretty purple. We're just getting it all incorporated really good. Sure there's not any huge lumps in there. No dry flour. My oven just told me it's ready. I've got it heating up to 350. So I think this is looking pretty good. What do y'all think? Have any of you ever made a ube cake before, or any other ube dessert? I know it's a popular dish in the Philippines, is what everything I read said about it, but I personally have never been to the Philippines, and I don't know that I've ever eaten ube cake. So that's ready, I think, to go into my pan. I just got to spray my pan real good. And we will get this thing in the oven. Yahoo! Get a spatula, scrape it real well. It's so good to be back on the video with y'all. I hope I can continue this. Although, I mean, I still love having the real estate business going on. I don't want that to stop, but I have missed doing my videos. I know my family members usually like to see these videos and will tell me. So I'd appreciate it if y'all let me know that you're watching. And when you tell me where you're from. I like to see how far away people live. I live in Georgia, so it tickles me to see how far away folks are. Okay, I think we got that in there now. Ooh, doesn't that look pretty? Can you see that real good? I hope you can. All right, I'm just gonna, since it's gonna be a loaf, they say if you'll take something and run down the center of it, that'll make it where it splits when it rises up. So we'll see if that works. I'm doing it a couple of times here. So, y'all, I gotta lick the batter. I'm sorry. Yeah, I gotta lick the beater. You know, I like to do that. I think you're trying to fall over here. Okay, there. Oh my gosh. The cake tastes like this. It's delicious. Let me get it in the oven. I'll be with you in a minute. Okay, I put the cake in the oven for baking at 350, and I put the timer on for 40 minutes. So I'm gonna check it at the end of 40 minutes, or I may even check it a little bit before, but definitely at 40 minutes, I'm gonna check it and see if, you know, my little cake tester works and if it's done. And then I'll get back with y'all and let you know how it turns out. Oh my gosh, y'all. I can't believe I did this, but I left out a whole cup of milk that was supposed to go in the batter. So I quickly pulled it out of the oven, poured it back into my bowl, and now I'm mixing in that other cup of milk. So it's supposed to be a cup of whole milk, and of course I don't have whole milk, so I'm using some half and half creamer and 2% milk mixed together. So you make do where you have to. So I'm telling you, it's been too long since I've done this. That's why I'm making mistakes. Anyhow, as you can see, this batter is much more soupy now. So that just goes to show you, it doesn't matter how old you are or how experienced you are at cooking, you can still make a boo-boo, but hey, we got it out of the oven quickly and got it back in the bowl and stirring it up, and I'm gonna wash the pan out. You see where I took it out of the pan. I gotta wash the pan now and spray it again, and then put this batter back in it, and I'll get it back in the oven and start the timer over. So there you go. Everybody makes boo-boos, and that's my boo-boo for today. Hopefully it's the only one, but who knows? I'll see y'all in a few minutes. Okay, y'all, I'm back. It's out of the oven, and I've let it cool. So look at that. It did crack right down the center like we thought it would. So now I'm gonna dump it out, and then we're going to make a chocolate drizzle to go over the slices. So I'll be back with you in just a minute. Okay, so what I've got to do is I've got to take a half a cup of heavy cream, so it's like whipping cream, and I'm gonna heat it in the microwave. It's really, really hot. And then I'm going to pour in, let me show you. I've got 150 grams of white chocolate. I had to mix two different kinds that I had to get to 150 grams. I had bought this bar, but it wasn't quite enough, so I had to add some white chocolate chips in there. So anyhow, I've got that ready. I'm gonna heat that up, stir it, and then we're going to pour it over the cake. But I want you to see how pretty and purple this is in here. Deep, very deep purple. Very chocolate looking, even though there's no chocolate. but it's a deep purpley in there. Anyhow, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, this makes more like a glaze, because see, it's soupy, so it's more like a glaze to go over the cake. And I am not gonna pour it over my cake because I don't want my cake to be sticky, and I'm gonna be taking it somewhere tomorrow. So I am gonna try a piece now though with some of this glaze on it. So let me get that set up. Hold on a second. All right, I've got my plate here, and I'm just gonna pour some of this glaze over. So this would be a wonderful sauce to serve with it. It's more like a sauce than a glaze, which is fine with me. Get some more of it on there. Y'all, this is so good. The cake itself has such a unique flavor. I love it. But, and so it's perfectly fine without the glaze. The glaze just adds to it. You can't go wrong with chocolate added to something. This is really good, y'all. Try it if you want to. It's really something different. And I love how it's purple. So I did see some where they put like a white cream cheese frosting on top, which really looked pretty with the white and the purple on the inside. So just try whatever you want to try with it. It'll be fun. Y'all have a happy Memorial Day. Tomorrow's Memorial Day, and maybe I'll have a chance to get on here and make another video. Please let me know where you're watching from though. Love y'all. Bye-bye.